Marlo Hampton, in a new interview with Carlos King on his podcast, is opening up about her complicated relationship with NeNe Leakes and how she had to make Kandi Burruss work this season and how she doesn't mind when Kenya Moore shades her. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So Carlos King has been churning out these interviews with some of your past and present housewives on his podcast, Reality with the King. You're welcome, Carlos. And I had to weigh in on his most recent interview with Marlo Hampton. So as you know, this season, Marlo Hampton has gotten her peach. But what we find out in this podcast episode is that back in season 4, she was offered the peach. But some of you Real Housewives connoisseurs already knew that. And we also knew the reasons why she ended up not taking the peach. But after that season, she did reveal that she did want the peach and that some of the past housewives and maybe present housewives held it over her head, saying that you'll never get a peach. You know where you came from, you ex-con. I'm paraphrasing at this point and making things up. But basically, that's what she said. She said, there were some housewives and probably even NeNe, because as you know, NeNe has done interviews saying that why would Bravo pay Marlo more to do what she already is giving them? I've said that too. And so far this season, Marlo, I'm straight shooter. Pow, 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 pow. I don't feel like Marlo has given us anything this season in comparison to what she's already given us over past seasons. What's been different? She's bringing shade. She's coming for people. She's done that before as a friend of. But she says she doesn't care if this is the only season she has a peach. She's just happy to have the peach. Okay, you like it, I love it. To me, it doesn't make a difference. I like Marlo on the show regardless. Whatever. So she does talk about her complicated relationship with NeNe Leakes in this interview. And we all know it's complicated because one minute NeNe's shading her, the next minute you see Marlo showing up for her during Greg's passing. And then most recently, NeNe shaded her again. And they talk about that in this podcast interview. And Marlo sees her at an event and everything's all good. But Marlo explains it best when it comes to her complicated relationship with NeNe Leakes.
Obviously, you and NeNe became really close friends season 4 on the show. And to hear that someone who, even today, you still consider a friend. NeNe said this maybe last year as well. She did an interview with Hollywood Unlocked, and she says something along the lines of, why would they give Marlo a peach when she will give them anything for free? Mm-hmm. And she really did say you would never get one. When you heard that, like real talk, because me and you are close, and I know you very well, and you are very sensitive. So when you first heard her say that out of her mouth last year, how did you feel hearing that?
It's really bad. I think this is bad to say, Carlos, and it's just being real. With NeNe, like you just told the people, they don't know. I'm sensitive as shit. I come off as an asshole. I come off tough. I'll be crying, upset, and my feelings like, oh my God, Carlos. But with NeNe, it's kind of like your dad or your mom. It's like I'm just used to her. And don't get me wrong when I say that. I'm used to NeNe. It's like that's who I started off with. It's a lot of good and it's some bad there. The good is what I always say, and I'll say this no matter what. She fought for me all the time. She made sure money was in my pocket. She made sure I was on trips that I wouldn't have been invited to. And I don't care if she was using me or not. Like I tell anyone, I will always respect her for that. Because me growing up, the little poor Black girl in the projects, to have this platform, to make the thousands and dollars I've made and, things that she got me involved with, I thank her for that. But do I agree with the things she say? No, but guess what? That's her. It's like dating a man who gonna throw shade at you and dish you, but he know how to just kiss on you and fuck you real good. And then you be like, damn, I take him back. And it's like, it may be bad. It's like I'm in that kind of relationship with her. Like I know tomorrow she may see this and throw shade at me, when deep inside, NeNe knows my heart. She knows I'm a great person. She knows I'm sensitive as shit, but some people They are who they are, and it is what it is. I accept her for who she is.
And I know some people's reaction to what Marlo's saying here is, that sounds a little toxic. It sounds a little toxic. But I also think Marlo understands who NeNe is, and she accepts her for that. She accepts her for that. She also might keep that type of person in her life at a distance. And I'm sure you can very much relate to that. There are certain family members, certain friends that, although you know that they have a good heart, you just can't be around them all the time. So a lot of times when we're asking, when was the last time you saw NeNe? She's like, well, it's been a while. It's been a while. But when we do see each other, it's all love, because Marlo recalls those times when NeNe was there for her. That was, she was helping her get money, helping her be on the show, helping her go on certain trips. We all can appreciate that side of NeNe as well. But we also know the other side of NeNe. We've seen that multiple times recently. Not only does she talk about that, she talks about her complicated relationship with Kenya this season. And, they even talk about a time when Carlos had to call everyone out during one of the seasons where Kenya didn't want to engage with Marlo because Marlo didn't have a peach. And Carlos was like, all of you all up in here in Fashion Nova, y'all better earn your check. I'm paraphrasing. You'll listen to the podcast to hear exactly what he said. But basically he's saying, I don't care if she's a friend of, I don't care you are all here to produce good television. And that goes back to what we always say, who cares about being a friend of, or who cares about being an actual housewife? If you're on the show, in order to make a great show, it's not just one person. Everyone has to be involved. And that's why a lot of the housewives on Atlanta, and in this interview, Marlo reveals, she doesn't mind when Kenya shades her down. She loves it. She loves it because she understands that's going to make great TV. That makes great TV. Speaking of making great TV, Marlo also talks about how she decided that she was going to make sure that Kandi earns her check. And she even throws Carlos under the bus. Apparently, Carlos agreed and has tried over the years to do the same. Carlos, are you showing your hand? Are you almost admitting after denying being involved in the Phaedra situation? I don't know. He has denied it. But Marlo did kind of throw him under the bus, saying that you agree that Kandi sort of has slided by throughout these seasons without doing much, but making the most on this show. But in regards to her relationship with Kandi this season and why she comes for Kandi multiple times during the season, she said, oh no, you're going to earn your check. You're going to earn your check.
Listen, I've heard that you and Kandi really get into it this season. One thing that I think is interesting, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like you guys, Sheree and Kenya, because I'm watching this season, I'm loving it. You guys are definitely holding Kandi accountable. I've heard that a lot of the reasons why you guys are holding her accountable is because you guys feel like Kandi coast through these seasons and not work hard for the big check she gets. And you guys want to make sure she worked for that check.
Yep. The same way you felt when you were producing. Yep, exactly. Feel the exact same way. And it's the same thing with her. But I made sure, I'm like, bitch, do not think because you advocated for me to get a peach that you are off limits. If you ask, you're going to work for this goddamn check. The way you work for every other job, your parts for your place, your restaurant, you're going to work for this Bravo check. It's not going to be just, she's going to come and give a little bit and feel like, oh, I'm too good to do. No, bitch, you're not NeNe. I'm sorry, we get NeNe a different platform. NeNe started. You didn't start. Okay? So what you're going to do, you're paid more than me, and you're going to work for this check. I'm not going to be over here damn stressing out, and you're getting paid more. You just sitting over here chilling. No, bitch. This is still your job. This platform brought you back, and let this platform know that you love them, and you're going to give your true story and your realness. And it is what it is. I'm holding all of my time. And Kenya don't even know. I love when her ass read me. When she be shading me, she don't even know I love it.
We saw that in the premiere episode at the archive. We saw that. Listen, this is the thing that I want the fans to know. And this is me being a producer for all those seasons. One thing about the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast members, whether you're a peach holder or a friend of, y'all respect it when a cast member gives a good read. Like, it low-key makes y'all feel like, that was good.
Listen,
and the fans will...
bitch. When you read me, I be like, oh, that bitch got me. I'm going to get her back.
Yes!
I be like, oh,
See, and I can appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate that. And I've heard NeNe say similar things in interviews. She knows the value of some of her castmates, including people like Kenya. She may not like her personally, but she understands she makes good to TV. And Kenya has said the same thing about people like NeNe. And I'm sure she said it about Marlo as well. This was an actual really interesting interview, and it will be interesting. I'm still waiting to see if Marlo proves to me, personally, you know, whatever, if she really needed the peach. I don't think so. I still wanted Marlo to come back, but based on what we've seen so far, and it's only been 5 episodes, based on what we've seen so far, Marlo didn't need a peach. She didn't need a peach to be confrontational with these ladies. We already know Marlo probably makes the most when it comes to being a friend of. She is an iconic friend of this Real Housewives franchise. She's definitely set a standard. But with all that being said, so far, seeing her personal life at home with the boys, she talks about that in the podcast as well. And I love that. I love that. However, it's still not interesting for me. It's still not interesting for me. But guys, as always, you may have a difference of opinion, and I'm willing to hear it. But be constructive. We don't moderate adults. Let's continue this conversation below. I want to know your reaction to what Marlo had to say about her former castmate NeNe Leakes, and her current castmates Kandi and Kenya. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.